Shalom. First off, I want to give all honor.
Welcome to Anonic.
And all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS, to rule well, Shalom to the elect of Israel, beginning with the 144,000. And to all you Aki and priests in the word, for the edification of the elect and of the body, I pray that this lesson finds you well, and that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gives you nothing but mercy and faith as we enter into the last days of this kingdom. You know, this is the brother Halal from the Great Millstone branch of Chicago, coming at you with another lesson. And I came across this YouTube short that was uploaded by the brother Ibar Yahweh, you know, the GMS branch of Tampa, Florida. And, you know, this basically shows the evolution of artificial intelligence, man. You know, in the videos of humans that have been made that look no different to humans that you see in real life, man. You know, if you were to show these new videos of AI humans to your grandparents or people of an older age with no prior context or no prior knowledge to them knowing what AI is, they wouldn't even know that this was all digitally created, man. You know, so I'm going to play this video, and I hope this lesson's edifying to the flock, because this artificial intelligence, Esau, you know, we know, knowing the true nature of Esau and his miracles, he's going to use this AI to eventually falsify information and ultimately to persecute the men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Existent car show. Let's see some opinions.
I mean, man, the acceleration is crazy. You look far, step on the pedal, and you are there.
I feel safe with him in an SUV. And it seems to be like the right type of car for him.
We don't want to drive gas cars anymore.
Yeah, no more gas cars.
Don't tell anyone. I've just bought an electric car.
I think it's really great for families and for little babies with all the safety features that these SUVs have.
Great to come to the conference because my husband loves cars.
I love my muscle cars, but...
So everything that you just seen was all AI, man. You know, none of that stuff that you seen was real. That was all digitally created, man. And I got this other video I'm gonna play.
Guys, I think we're cooked. A few years ago, this video of Will Smith eating spaghetti went viral on the internet, and it freaking blew our minds. Fast forward a couple of years, and this is a new AI video of Will Smith eating spaghetti. The sounds, the visuals, everything you're seeing right now is completely fake AI generated. That ain't really doing nothing to you? Alright, then let's watch this video of this guy playing Fortnite. Yeah.
So as you can see, AI went from, let's see, where's the first shot? AI went from this to this, man. You know, this is how far Esau's technology has come. And it's going to be used to what? These are the miracles, man, that Yahweh Shai spoke of, man. Let's get the book of Matthew. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. And verse 24, it says, and this is ultimately, this is Yahweh Shai speaking of what will go on in the last days before his second coming. You know, when the disciples asked the question, you know, going back up to verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So these are the signs that Yahweh Shai gave them that would occur and play out in the last days before his return. So let's go down to the 24th verse. And it says, for there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. And like I said, if you were to show that video, you know, those AI videos to your grandparents, you know, your grandmother or your grandfather, without giving them any prior context to what this stuff was, they wouldn't even know that it was artificially created, man. So what if, you know, a demon or Edomite, you know, makes an AI video of you committing a crime, and they show it to your grandparents, man. And then they say, oh, look at what your grandson did. You know, what would be able to convince them that this wasn't AI? You know, even in Esau's wickedness, you know, I seen another video on Instagram, and, you know, basically this Jake was going into how if you have an Instagram account and you have pictures of your kids on there, you know, Edomites will take pictures of your kids and they'll create an AI generated video of child pornography, man. You know, a freaky, weird stuff happening to your children, man. So this AI is being used for a very wicked purpose, man. You know, and although you can use AI to gain information about certain things, we can't fully put our trust into this technology, man. Because as you see, you know, and as I just told you about the experience of, you know, those Edomites using pictures of your children to create, you know, child pornography videos, this AI is going to be used for a wicked purpose, and ultimately it's going to be used to persecute the men of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 13, and it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven in the sight of men, which ultimately goes into Esau's nuclear capabilities, man. You know, like things like the bombs, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and Fat Man the Little Boy. You know, the nuclear missiles and capabilities that Esau Edom has. Verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell upon the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell upon the earth, that they should make an image to the Charagma, which had the wound by a sword and did live. So it said that what? That ultimately, and that beast is ultimately going to what? The Edomite empires, man. You know, if you read Revelation 13, it goes into the beast that was risen up, and ultimately the beast that fell was what? The Roman Empire, and the beast that will rise up will be what? An extension of the Romans, which is what? Babylon the Great. And it says that what? They would deceive the world by means of miracles, man. And this right here, these are one of those miracles and great wonders. You know, let's go to the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2. And I'll go to verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means. Right, let no man deceive you, man. For that day shall not come, except there should be a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So the falling away was ultimately the Israelites losing our heritage. But it said after that, what? The man of sin will be revealed, the son of perdition. And we are now seeing who the man of sin is. Esau Edom, man. The Edomites. Verse 14, and in the NLT in verse 3, it says, don't be fooled by what they will say, for the day will not come unless they're, and it goes off a little bit, so I'm just going to say a falling away. But then going down, it says what? And the man of lawlessness is revealed, the one who brings destruction. Going back to the KJV in verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he is the Most High. He as the Most High sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is the Most High. So ultimately, Esau Edom, they're known for their pride, man. And through the technology, you know, through the Neuralink, the interfaces, they are going to try to become God on earth. They're going to try to become the Lord, you know, by means of their technology that they implement, you know, in the sight of the people. Many will be deceived by it, like we just read in the book of Matthew chapter 24. Verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, man. So going into ultimately him deceiving the nations, man. And it says that what? Esau Edom, his coming is at the working of Satan, because they are the children of Satan upon earth, you know, that are pushing forth wickedness and lawlessness amongst the people through what? The miracles and signs and wonders, man. And let's go into the concordance and let's go into the word wonders. I believe the Greek word is pronounced teras. Let's see how it's
Strong's G 5059. Teras. Teras.
Teras, and it means a prodigy or a portent, a miracle performed by anyone, an uncertain affinity, a prodigy or an omen or a wonder. So I want to see the etymology of the word prodigy, and it means a sign or a portent, something extraordinary from which omens are drawn. So Esau, Edom, through these miracles, a lot of people stand in awe, from the so-called extraordinary things that Esau implements in the earth. And, and we already know what the word wonder means, but I looked it up, to give more context. And it says a feeling of surprise mingled with admiration caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. And the word inexplicable goes into what? Unable to be explained or accounted for. And this is exactly what we're seeing in modern day through this technology, through the MOTB, which is the RFID CHIP. Esau Edom has performed great miracles in the midst of the people, and many people will be deceived, man. And this technology will be used to persecute the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So I'm going to end this off with the book of John, chapter 15, and I'll start at verse 18. It says, if the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. And we know firsthand that this world hates us, man. This world hates prophecy, and it hates the prophets that speak the true words and true doctrine of these scriptures, man. So what is that ultimately going to lead to? What? Persecution. And AI and other miracles and other wonders, things that cannot be explained, these things are going to be used, to persecute the men of the Lord and demonize us. Verse 19, if ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his master. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. And if they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So the same way that Yahushua was persecuted, whether it be by, the Pharisees, his own people, that's the same way that we're going to be persecuted today. Only difference being is that the miracles, in modern times have only increased and have evolved. And Esau Edom has many miracles, man, and many ways to demonize, those who speak the truth. So, just the edifying lesson, edifying the flock on what's going on. I hope this lesson was edifying, and I want to give all honors, all glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem and Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS, Kwame Yasharala, and Abba Babal. I will see you all on the next lesson. Shalom.